Good morning, friends. First off, Fred M., welcome to the members and congratulations on your new axe from Lucky's Axe. I'm training Luke how to build axes. He's loving it. And he gave his second axe away he made on live feed yesterday. So if you were on the live feed yesterday, thanks for being there. Thanks to the super chatters. And always our just everybody that comes to those live feeds. It's such a blast. And Luke randomly just kind of flicked the comment section and went boink. And Fred M won a beautiful 3.5 pound Michigan burnt hat, just a super nice axe. I was hovering over his shoulder as he built it, made sure it was correct. And he built a nice axe, and Fred, you won, so congratulations. Secondly, friends, we have a 390 that is now really sharp, and we're gonna run through some wood with it, plus the 572 and that. A gentleman sent an email, and I get a lot of questions, friends, and this fella asked me, Buck, and I've gone to a bigger saw and a longer bar now, but he says I'm finding my arms are getting worn out. Well, and he asked, and friends, this is the thing. It's a thing. He asked, how do you pack it? Can you show me ways to pack it differently than I'm used to packing a smaller saw? Well, bottom line, you probably got to get stronger and get used to it. And that'll happen osmosisly as you use it. But there definitely are ways you can pack the saw around. You'll notice fallers, if you watch much YouTube power saw guys, fallers pack saws differently than actually even tree guys. They pack saws differently. We pack saws differently. We use our legs a lot, and the saw kind of hangs off us. So I'm going to show a little bit of that right at the beginning of this, friends. And another thing, if you've been affected, or if you know anyone that's been affected by the fires and stuff that's going on down there right now, we all know the ones. I'm not a person who regurgitates the news or regurgitates any current events on this channel. We've never done that. But for some reason this morning I woke up, I guess, feeling the vibrations of the world. And if you've been affected in any way down there by that, or you are being affected, our hearts and our prayers, and we're sending you light down there as much as we can. So just wanted to say that real quick. Enjoy this video, friends. Love yous.
Friends, this is the 572. I've got the 390, and I've also got my 562 with me as well. And I plan on giving the sucker a run, friends. Okay? This is a fresh grind on this saw. I want you to experience something like this. Now, there was a guy asking me in an email, and it's not a funny thing. It's for real. He asked about how I carry the saw. Is what he asked. How do you carry the bigger saws with the 32-inch bar? How do you carry them? Well, fallers carry saws a little differently than tree guys do. That's a fact. Yeah, I would have to have more of a scenario like that right there. Did you see what I just done? You asked specifically, how do you carry a saw with a 32-inch bar, because your arms are getting sore, is what you said in the email. And Christine relayed that, or forwarded that to me. And I've actually talked about this, friends, before. And for starters, you're probably used to a 50cc saw, something that's 2 or 3 pounds lighter. Probably correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is hard to explain, but I think most will understand. I'm not carrying this saw right now. The tip is here. Like, if you're standing here with your arms bent like this, like, see how my arms bent like this? You're actually carrying it. It has a lot to do with how you hold the handlebar. If the saw, see that this is not good right here. The saw is wanting to do things. It's really straining my arm. So that, even just that one move, obviously putting it on the log is good, but carrying it, Friends, fallers let saws kind of hang off them. We don't carry our saws like this with a bent arm. We don't. We don't walk around like this with our saw out. We're not afraid that the saw is going to cut our leg because we know that it's got dogs on it. And if you look, you'd have to be holding that saw up quite high in order to cut your leg. You use your legs for another thing, okay? Let it kind of hang off you. I know this sounds silly to some people, but it's not. The guy asked an honest question. And I've talked about this at events. Fallers kind of drag their saws around. They use the tips. You'll notice we'll walk the dog with it sometimes, not the smartest or the safest, but just watch as I go. But you do need to get stronger. That's just what it is. You need to get stronger. And I'm not trying to be goofy. I love this power saw so much. This is my rip saw, 572. So they ported it. They sent me it ported. I'm like, dang, that's nice. But I knew there was more in it. You guys remember the journey? The pipe journey? Yeah, I thought you might. I'm thinking about 3 pulls. She's choked.
Okay, so watch what I'm doing here. I'm talking about it's leaning on my leg. I've got a straight arm. You won't hear me because the saw's going, so I'm gonna overdub this. So it's sitting on my, I'm telling you not to hold it like this right now. It's there. I turned the saw, keep it level. It's not pulling on you, it's just hanging there. It really, hand positioning is huge with these power saws, especially with a wrap bar. Now, friends, I'm just warming this saw up a little bit, checking the rakers on it like I do. I'm just horsing around because I put a fresh grind on this. Did you see that? This saw's cutting real nice right now. So just watch as I go along. I'm trying to answer the question of how to pack a heavier saw with a longer bar. So just watch as I go. So you notice I chose not to cut all the way through on those 4 or 5 rounds there because they're right in the dirt. And then as I finished that one, you notice it jumped up. So we got a bucking frenzy laid out in front of us here right now. So to the gentleman that asked me the question about packing it, try and keep an eye on me here as I'm going along. It might help you, it might not, but just watch my body language here. I'm trying to help you as I go here. I use my legs a lot. Like, see what I'm pointing at my, like, keep the saw as close to your body as possible, not out like that. I'm showing you, like, don't hold it out like that, like this. See this? I'm showing you how not to do it right here. Don't do that. Get it in tight to your body. I learned this obviously through years, but I when I broke my back, I realized how important it was to keep weight close to your body. So I'm just showing you, keep it in tight. I'm being a little goofy, but you're not going to cut your leg if you got your saw set up right.
I know this
Rest it on the tree.
guys and fallers, because you guys know this already, but a guy asked me an honest, humble question about how do you carry these 70cc saws or this class of a saw with a 32-inch bar. He humbly asked me that question. Well, friends, I went over a little bit, but I'm telling you, the best thing I can say is just watch watch me go. That's all I can say. But it is very important to not be packing it and being afraid that it's going to hit your legs. I'm telling you, I actually carry the saw with my legs a lot. This leg right here, this left leg. My arms are straight usually, so you're not, lean it on your body and let it hang off you. I'm trying to help you, brother. But again, you need to get stronger too, because if your forearms are killing you, there's something wrong. You're either afraid of the saw, you're afraid to let it go down on your leg.
All right, friends. This is to the gentleman who asked the question about packing the saw again. I'm going to voice over this because you'll be... here I go. See what I just did with the saw? I took it from there with my leg and my heart and just boom, put it on there. I'm not actually packing the saw around. See, I'm telling you not to do this. See, it's out in front of me. That'll kill you. It'll knock you right out. That packing that around. Get your back straight. Let it hang off you. Rest it on the wood. Use it like a cane. I joke around. I use my saw like a cane. It pulls us around sometimes in the bush. It's just a different gig. You will get used to it.
Okay, so does that help? I hope that helps. We're gonna grab the 390 here for a second, just because we're starting to get into some knots in this wood now. Can you guys see? This is a heavier saw. This is actually 2 or 3 pounds heavier than that 72, friends. Let's just make sure you guys got... Yeah, let's get you guys in a bit here now. Let's change up the rhythm. 390, ported, 32, hand file. From my good buddy, Old School Logging. This is where you gotta let these things hang off you, friends. You gotta let them hang off you. Don't be carrying. The reason I know why your forearm's getting sore is because you're holding the saw probably like this, and it's ripping you up in here and there. Get it straight. So this is, hey, trust me, see how I'm holding this? Is much different than that. It's way different. So it's your handlebar placement. Let's get up on the high side of the wood here now. This is an Old School saw. Hear that thud? Isn't that lovely, friends?
Okay, friends, you've seen me do this 1,000 times on the channel. This saw, it's sharp for one thing, but it's super strong and it's warm.
Okay, that saw's nuts.
Obviously, friends, that was totally for just fun. But seriously, it's also quite serious because think about that. You could use either saw doing the job there. The 390 was twice as fast through that cut. Very close to twice as fast. So if you got an hour's bucking, you're doing it in half an hour. What are you doing with the other half an hour you got in your day now? Because that's about it, friends. That's what that equates to. It's math. It's not me making up stories. That's why I live on 70cc hot rod saws. That's why I do that. Hope that helps.
Okay, we've got a problem with this saw. That saw is cutting like like crazy for that 390, friends. And that's a hand file. And it's cutting a lot nicer than it was out of the freaking box. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That chain, I always like how my chains cut after I get on the file. It's just a hand file. That's a hand file, friends. That's all it is. Look at these little baby Doug firs growing. Isn't that glorious? Sure. Is that good, friends? 562. Full house grind on a 32-inch bar, friends, okay? This is the 562. It's ported by Scotty Wilson, and this is it. This is what it is. 562. Probably gonna crack off in about 3 pulls, but you gotta be quick on the throttle, friends. Okay? So let's put her into choke mode. Let's give her a couple pumps, right? Not many, just a few. As soon as you got gas in there, I'd let her fly. Choke it. That was 3 pulls. I'm choking it again.
So friends, this Husky, they built a wonderful saw in this 562. Off the shelf, I'm talking, never mind ported. This saw didn't show major gains after porting. It definitely showed gains, don't get me wrong, but not like, say, a 372 platform. They show a lot of gains, and there's certain saws that you can get a lot of gains on. This wasn't one of them, but still, it's nice to have a few little bit extra. The pipe is a big gain on this saw. And this is just a beautiful saw to run. It's 2 to 3 pounds lighter than, say, some of these bigger saws, and it still gives you the canaches you need to get into something bigger. Remember, friends, this is a 32-inch bar. I just like the length. You guys know that. I'm doing a lot of this type of work, so I'm not bending over. It's not going on. I bend over enough as it is in doing this job, so when I can stand up, I'm standing up. It's that simple. Good graciousness, trouble in Sector 5. Friends, good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you're from. I've showed these axe handles. This is our latest axe handle design. I've been swinging a lot more axe lately, so I can put a little bit more of my energy into axe content and just axes alone. And I've just been having such a memory lately of what the axe has done for me in my life, since a small child to a younger man to a man getting a little older now. How important the axe is to swing. For me, I'm not a gym guy. I'm a bush guy. So these handles, friends, I think we're sold out now on these, but we've got more on the way. We ordered right away. I knew they would sell well. This is a big axe handle. Or if you're going to put a smaller axe on it, could be thinned down. But I'm putting a maul head on this axe handle today for an experiment. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Work hard, be honest, and be kind to one another. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on the next video.